Okay,
Why do you have so much money? Do you like just start off with this amount of money?
we're gonna go over the comp defaults on this map. And so, we're all on the same page about what we want to accomplish. And then we're gonna talk about using ults and fight
Is it
planning.
just Jacob that wants to invite Sam?
I went to sign in, and look what it autofills.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Mara said he understands.
Oh.
The thing is, too, is Jacob there the majority of the time.
Yeah,
He
sure.
was
Oh, what the fuck?
But I don't know. All of that bullshit, and he's like gonna hang out with Robert, and I'm like, Jack. I'm dealing with that.
Okay. We're gonna go over the comp defaults on this map. Hopefully I'm not sick. I don't feel sick, but I need to cough for some reason.
How did your exam go?
Terrible.
Me too. I had a math exam this morning.
Yeah, that was the worst midterm I've ever taken in my life.
What class?
Unironically. Multivariable calc. It was bad. That was very bad.
That sounds terrible.
I think I failed my math exam this morning as well.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I studied for 16 hours last night. Let's pod review. Woo!
Okay, so everyone look at the notes, or just have the notes out. We'll go over the notes really
Blue
quickly.
note?
Huh?
The blue notes? Blue.
Under comp. Tryouts comp notes. It's a new channel.
Okay. Gotta open.
So our default on King's Row is going to be Bastion May. Ryan, Bastion May, Lucio. Anyone want to read this off and tell me like what the fuck it means? It might not make sense because I was writing this like 30 minutes ago, but
High ground, flush them out.
yeah,
Shoot their tank.
from the top.
Oh.
So also, if things aren't working out, we can flex to Reaper or Soj, or if we need
Reaper.
Yeah, if we need to counter a specific comp, like if they're on Ram, Soj, May, that'd be a good time to pick Reaper, so then we can just melt the Ram and be more mobile than the Bastion.
Enthusiast and the Reaps.
Yeah. Supports, if BAP is somehow not working, for example, if they're on dive, then we can run Ana and Mora, or we can run Brig. That's like a last ditch effort. And then, so our comp thesis is pick a target and rush. And so with our priorities of gap closing and rotations to gap close, how are we trying to use our win cons?
Bastion May. We want to pick a target and isolate them and then shred them.
Yeah, sure. Where's the best place for that?
Where?
Down main.
Yeah, main the gate.
Okay. Violet Fan, what's the best rotation to be able to get? For example, if they're playing point and we can't go down main, what is your rotation plan?
Like on attack or defense? Like attack?
Hold on. I can't hear you. What did you
Are
say?
we attack?
Yeah, attacking.
Going through left.
Okay, what are your other options here?
Go and play on statues. Stabilize if you run out of resources. Going up top, walling over and taking the high ground.
Yes. Okay. What else is there to this point? Let's talk about ult matchups. So let's say we're on the mirror. We have Bastion May, Ryan, Bap, Lucio. If we both teams have Shatter, both teams have Window, what would be a good plan of action? Or let's start from the beginning where our comp thesis is pick a target and rush. So we're going to rush in main. Actually, we don't have to, but that's what we're trying to do. Our win cons are going to be the same things, except now with the ults. So we have Shadow and we have Window, and then after that comes the normal win cons. Any ideas on attacking first point? What would be good?
Through hotel, and then walk out window and then set your like tank on point, and then just shoot like anyone that comes to it, and then shatter if you need, because they shouldn't have like a shield in front of the
Wouldn't
window.
it be better to play main first and like get their resources out, because we can just kite into hotel and then get ours and go? Because I feel like if you fight main, you could get like lamp out or something, and then we just go hotel and then come out and then we go with our resources, and they don't have any.
Both teams have shatter. I don't think hotel's a very good idea.
Oh, I didn't think.
What is your any other opinions?
Maybe swing right statue window.
Yeah, it's a decent plan. Kermie, do you have any other ideas of like any rotations or anything that you want to do?
I don't think his mic's working.
Oh, okay, he's probably driving home.
Oh yeah, he said he was with his family.
Yeah. Who else is in this call? Hamika. Okay, so if you're playing Bastion, what are you trying to do here with window and shatter?
Melt BAP as fast as possible.
Other tank.
Or the tank.
Yeah. What would your fight plan be?
Try to isolate the target, which default target is BAP in that mirror, and isolate by any means, such as wall or sorry, I'm getting spam on Discord. Just isolate and eliminate VAP by any means. You're saying like if we have wall and shatter
Yeah, in the mirror comp.
in the mirror comp?
They have window and shatter as well.
They have window and shatter as well. I might have to. Sorry, I'm just.
Would it be better to take the fight with window? Because if you window, either they're gonna mirror window and you get that out, or you just pressure the hell out of Ryan and he can't shatter. Well, he does.
Yes, I like that play the most.
Yeah.
So where do you want to do that?
I don't know. Wouldn't it be better to swing right a statue?
Yes, and then there's one other key component to that plan. So what is it?
Wall, because they're gonna kite into hotel. Something.
Yeah, it's more so Hero Bob and Ryan need to be on point.
But then can't they just back up and then window whoever's on our point, and then our window's like useless? And
They
then
have to
we
wait
can't
out the
see
full
point.
window, because if they peek, then we shatter them.
Well, like, where exactly should we window on the right side of the statue? Like, where is
So-
ideal?
Right here.
Like swing, yeah, like swing.
Just
right
spin.
and swing
LOS on point. So they can't contest. And then,
Well, but they could contest us by like placing a window and shooting us on point.
Yeah, but what he's
Mhm.
saying is if we window first, if they try and do that, they should be dead before that happens, or we shatter.
But it wouldn't be an LOS of our window. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Like if they window out here, and then what is your plan after that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You could honestly just go hella aggro or shatter though. Like if they're all back there and the tank's on point, you just run past tank and shatter them.
If the Bastion doesn't melt us first.
Yeah, I think the Bastion's definitely going to melt you first.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then May would also be able to possibly isolate. Or Ryan if we do that.
Yeah, that could be an option. Where does your May want to play when we do the window?
I mean, you could play like May Lucio and Hotel, but that's kind of risky. I don't think so.
When we window, our May wants to be around where our main tank is, right? Or a tank, not main tank.
Yeah, and then
Because main in this comp basically just hugs, holds,
yeah,
piggybacks Ryan the entire time.
and then so if they window your May, Lucio, and Ryan on point, what is your plan?
Can we say that again?
If they window your May, Lucio, Ryan on point, what is your plan?
I mean, you save amp and kite. I don't know. Like it's pretty easy to kite if they're windowing right there.
Maywall
Hmm.
right in front of the window, so we have a little bit of time. They can just window shoot the Maywall down.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Let's go over another scenario then. So we force window, then
Wait,
kite,
what
then
did we
take
say?
the
To
window.
Maywall the window?
Okay.
Like
That's
right
also good.
before it, so they can't
Yeah.
like, shoot through the window, destroy the Maywall. It takes
Mhm.
some extra time.
Yeah.
I think Kermie also suggested that you can force their window if you the reason why I think windowing first is good here in this scenario, because that is a decent plan, but it should be like a contingency plan before windowing on point. So if you wait to use your window, they're going to force your form, and then after your form is forced, you cannot re-window in, and they're just going to hold you at the choke point with their window. So you're going to have to recontest the entire thing, and it'll waste an entire team fight. There's just higher risk of not being able to pull through in that fight. Breaking shield to make sure they can't line slam. Yeah, and it'll make it so you lose tempo, and if they get the chokehold again, then you're gonna have to go through, and it's gonna be they can kite your window on the way back in. So for example, if we fully give statue and they come up against statue and you window, now they can speed amp through your shield and just shatter, or that they can just amp out, and either you don't have form, and if they don't have amp, or if you have form, they'll have amp to amp out. So okay, let's go over first point defense. Okay, so what's our thesis in this comp? Picking a target, rushing it. In the mirror, where do we want to play?
I mean, you can just play choke if both of me will. Just be ready to kite because Bastion.
Right side of statue.
Statue
No.
seems the easiest place to play.
Like, if you're on
Just
the
'cause
right,
of the geometry of it.
yeah. If you're on the right of statue, you can Maywall the choke, but also if they rush in, you can. There's a lot of places you can fall back to, including going into hotel, like just going back as a mini health back, or going where like Camilla is right now.
The theoretically right answer is you have to play on point if they have May. Because if you get walled out here, you cannot save your Rhine with Lamp. So even though our May wall is strong, their May wall is just stronger because they can save the Rhine and restabilize. And our restabilize is in the open. So if you're playing point or like close statue until they come up, and then you have to either have your team play accordingly on the statue, or just back up to point and play over here. So then you're gonna get May walled on this corner, but you get the May wall and you can try to set the tempo with your Bastion. The hard part is if they swing and they set the tempo with their Bastion, we're gonna get fucked up a little, but we'll build window faster. Let's go on offense. Back to offense. How does each player want to use their ult? What is the ideal scenario for your ult? Given that they have no ults. So let's go for Bastion first.
When they are mid rotation. So, like, if you push in and they're holding, say, close, and they're rotating back to point, kind of catch them on that rotation. So they either have to walk into your ult or stay where they are, and we can rush into them.
Okay, which targets are you choosing?
BAP to force out Lamp. And BAP, and I guess the enemy Bastion to kind of force resources off of their tank and onto him, or even just the other support.
Okay. Do you have any technique for using your ult?
Use it on BAP until he uses Lamp and then choose a different target.
Okay. I want to mention the timing wise, you want to make your ult, if possible, as long as possible. Because when you're in ult, if you force Lamp, they cannot push. If they push with Bastion, you just ult the Bastion and then they die, and we have Lamp.
Okay.
Don't just send all three at the Baptiste unless you're in a good position where you can kill him. If he's, for example, playing like with his Rhine or on the Lucio, try to stall it out. Like if they're playing back here, try to stall it out so we can just take as much space as possible. Yeah, just don't immediately go all three on the BAP all at once, unless you
I'm
can.
pretty guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah, unless you can really get the kill. but they're probably going to peel back. Even like with the Lucio, if he amps speeds, then you're probably not going to get the kill. So it's more worth it to pressure for your team. Your team will take space in main, and then what'll happen is after your ult, now we have all the space in main. Okay, let's go to our Mei.
I feel like new Bastion ult's kind of like Raw Blade, if you know what I mean. Like, isn't it just better to use like kind of like mid fight if you're stabilized? Like, I feel like initiating with it is so bad.
Wait, Bastion
Yeah.
ult's
Yeah,
sorry?
yeah,
I feel like it's good to keep your tempo.
yeah. I'd say like, yeah.
But
As soon
it
as you get
calls
into the
to
mid
use
fight.
beginning of every fight, every time we have it.
Yeah.
That's Jacob's number 1 fight plan.
Yeah.
Walk main and
Bastion ult?
distract them.
And then we can't use turret because we're Bastion.
See that? I can probably just feed him.
Okay. Mei player, how do you want to use your ult?
He just left to go feed the dogs. He'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Motherfucker. Okay, how do you want to use your ult, Violet?
Male or mile?
Yours.
I feel like
Oh, wait, sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but Kermie, since you're only typing, type yours while she's talking.
wait, did I talk?
Yeah. And then you can also say like how you want to use your ult against the enemy ults, because yeah.
So it's not like situational like where we are right now, it's just in general.
Yeah.
Ideally, I feel like okay, so I feel like I always use window and I always hesitate, so they're always really bad. Or like someone will tell me to window and it's like the worst time ever and I don't hesitate and I do it. But I feel like people sleep on window like for survivability, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like there's so many fights where I could just kind of window in the backline and like double heal and like just add pressure that I could win more, but everyone wants to use it like to engage, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's good to engage sometimes, but I feel like it could be like used like so much more like to win fights if I just like used it to keep Jacob alive and pocket him and he can do so much more and all that stuff.
Yeah, so what scenarios are you using it there? Like a tempo?
Like on third point, like I feel like people always want to like engage, like okay, swing the corner, and then we like swing the corner, and then they kite everywhere and we don't do anything. But I feel like if we just take corner, and then I kind of stay back, and then people start to get low when I ult, then I can just pocket Jacob through that, and I can pressure them, and then they're kiting, but then Jacob can push them still, and like all that stuff.
Yeah. I think the majority of windows are going to be tempo windows. First fight, how are you using your window?
Swinging on the statue if we don't take point, or using it like mid fight if I get it and we're about like it's winnable, but we're not winning without an ult.
Yeah, I want you to know that your window is the first ult that's going to come up. So sometimes it is a win con in that no one is going to have an ult until you use your window. So you can play offensive with that and catch the enemies out. And communicate with your Bastion when he has form. That's a big thing. So then you can swing with the form. Or if not, just communicate with your team that you're going to use window. I don't know if you are or not, but make sure you're 3-2-1ing all of your windows, because if you're using it in front of your Reinhardt, obvious fire strike. If you're using it in front of anyone else, then they can play with you. But they won't know unless you're 3-2-1 it. And we'll go over your windows and VODs. Okay, so did Kermie type out his beats? I think he did.
I think so.
Kirby said jump off the map with it.
Did you guys see the clip of Frogger using it to get back on the map recently?
Oh no.
That was pretty clean.
There's a tech on Lucio where if you're like slightly below an edge and you beat, then the little hop that beat gives you, you go back onto the edge, so it's immediate or near immediate.
That was like my friend Trenton's favorite thing to do
Yeah.
back in like 2017.
I do it all the time, and then I end up not hitting the tech and end up just jumping over and like unwall rideable surface and stalling, and then die.
Wait, can you be in a stall?
Yeah, like the Reinhardt type. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
you just sit there floating until you land.
Yeah. Okay. And then shatter. I'll just discuss how to use shatter. So we want just tempo shatter. That's literally it. That one's pretty self-explanatory. You can use it in the mid-fight, or you can use it to start a fight if you have like surprise. But for the most part, using it in the mid-fight is where we want to do it. Or countering an ult, for example, if they have Bastion, or if they have form, and they're trying to shred our Rhine, if we're able to speed shatter through their shield, that'd be pretty good. For example, on statue, if they try to swing close, then we can do that. We can May wall and then speed shatter through it.
Wait, isn't it bad to do that if they also have shatter?
Yeah, if they have shatter, yeah. If they don't have shatter though, then
So I think we've done that in the past,
and then
then
you just
our
shatters the
entire
team.
team gets shattered too.
Yeah,
But then they stand up first,
yeah.
so we all die.
One thing is make sure that when J Jacob has shatter, I feel like I'm super frustrated. Like sometimes like we don't just realize these basic ass plays where it's like when we have shatter, shoot the enemy tank, force the cooldowns. That should just be given. I feel like I don't have to say that, but here we are. And I feel like other people might feel the same, but it just doesn't show in the gameplay. So we have to say it now. Okay, let's go to...
Oh, here, Bob's here.
Is it even worth talking about second?
I've
The
been here
second's
the whole time.
real. Second's just fucking one lane, and that's it. And
Actually,
there's
no,
nothing
no, no,
else.
no. I do have a legit question on second.
Okay.
So Mara was telling us that we should have just kind of forced him out a little bit, but basically what would happen every single fucking fight, and we just lose for it, is maybe also calling rotations would be better, but we'd go to walk forward, and then the far mercy would be behind, or the sojourn would be top right, and then every single rotation we just get caught out by one of the off angles, and it's I know we're supposed to rush.
Ready for battle.
And we did do one fight where we kind of rushed on the Ana, but every other time it's is it even worth forcing them out? Cause Mara was saying you either have to go hard on someone or force them out, and I just if we force the far out, she can just fly back up there, right?
Well, if we went top, then we could just go the other lane where the Far can't just anally fuck us.
But yeah, Jacob was making me lose my mind because he'd be like, okay guys, let's walk main again, and then me or Hero Bob would die to a flanker. Over and over.
I'm watching. I need to see it with my own two eyes.
Bro. She hit the CSGO rotate on me.
As well.
Okay, for Hero Bob, if you're on Lucio, make sure that you're pocketing your DPS when our tank can't do anything. So that death is not your fault because Levi just fucking didn't shift, but
Okay, well,
yeah.
she TP'd through my wall on my screen, so
Oh, okay.
that's easy.
Of course.
Motherfucker, you have 60 ping on East Coast. Scotty has 90 on his best ping.
Dude, I
watch
play
this
with
fight.
that all the time too.
Okay, so what's our default?
Pick target and run at him.
Yeah. What are some of our win cons, our tools to do that?
Turret, Maywall.
Turret.
Yeah.
Shat.
So what should the call be here? Or sorry, what's their win con?
Angles.
Distance and keeping everybody alive. And angles.
Angles, yeah. And then what is... Okay, yeah. So what should our plan be here?
I don't know.
Or what is
go,
a plan?
Go somewhere where we'll get...
Force out at least one of the angles.
Let's look at the comp matchups. So against, they are kind of dive, but they're mostly spam. See what it says. Limit LOS time, rotate to gap to close, force objective, flush from strong neutrals. Use ults to catch targets and speed up rush as an optional thing. So, which of these do we do?
None of them. We did not.
Okay. So do they have any strong neutrals here?
Real?
Like any strong
Farmers
neutral
beat.
positions, any locations?
Corners.
Playing, I don't know, you're playing literally on any top, any high ground.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that. I think these are...
Because in order to do
The
that,
high
we
grounds don't really
Yeah.
work together very well, though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would
the
say
thing
this is
is-
a better strong neutral for them. Because any of these, they have no backup plan. Their downtime is like at least 3 seconds if they get forced. So, what are the... How do we play the other three? Limit LOS, rotate to gap close, and force the objective. Any ideas? Because anyone could fight plan.
Play LOS, we could like play under the high ground, like flip map or something.
Yeah. Or you give the far all the space, so then she can't do anything. Because there's nothing to shoot at.
Where are you looking? Oh. Second.
I'm streaming my screen of the game.
Play corners.
Stream my screen.
We could speed, like rotate all together to cart, and then send like May Lucio to count, like force out one of the high grounds that has maybe just like a sojourn on it,
Yeah, okay.
and then
I'd say you could also just run at the Ana or flip them out.
Really.
The only thing about splitting though, like you're saying, is I feel like as soon as we split, like to push one of the off angle, as far as gonna be like, oh, there's two by themselves, like garage.
Split?
Yeah, like Levi was saying, like why don't you just have like a DPS and Lucio go like take care of one of the.
well, I'm saying once we already get established, like after we flip map.
Okay.
But I mean, we're all stacked here, and she barrages 13 of us anyway, so.
This is an angle. Real. Okay. So which of these things do we... Like, what are the reasons why we lose this fight?
We're not limiting LOS. They have like really high LOS uptime and multiple angles.
Yeah, so what would be a plan to change that next time?
Rotate to a place where we limit those LOS angles and maybe make the far like go extra like far. So like she's playing above this high ground where she's right now. If we go far right, she'd have to fly across the building, and if we use like an amp speed or something,
Mhm.
could go all the way around and chase the Ana. Maybe like wall off the point or something.
Yeah,
And get her.
Man, versus Pharah, we should have went left, because you can't even fly over that building.
yeah. Or you can fly over this, right? No,
Well,
no, you can't.
like the big one, you can't. You can
Yeah.
fly over that one, though. The one
Mhm.
that leads
Within,
into
within
the-
going left, just create choke points. You can just spam her, and we'll just take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I feel like going right's better because you force the Soj out and you get cart, and then if you have cart, then they have to like kind of do something.
Also, if we go right, it's a tiny corridor that's like the same thing.
I think this one's worse because you can't take the high ground as easily. And if you do take...
So annoying.
The thing is, against the Doomfist, it's going to be really hard, but if you flush this side, she cannot, like, shoot you in this room. You're just going to stabilize, and if the Doom goes in, you wall him. Whereas over here, it's going to be super hard getting out, because the fire is just, like, constantly... She has better angles
Go
over here.
anywhere.
Yeah. But if you rotate and make the, like, on dive, your one way to rotate is make the map have less lanes. So there are only two like 2 lanes, 1 lane here and then 1 lane in main if you're on one side of the map, because the other lane is useless. So you'll negate the Sojourn if you're over on this side. The important part is cutting LOS from the far, because we're just all in the LOS of the far. And if we replay this, she has like a solid like 6 seconds to shoot at us in the open. Like, she never has a moment where she doesn't have a target to shoot at with this rotation. Yeah,
I
so
hate people. Why do people scrim far? No, seriously though.
That's true.
this is a dog shit pick on this
I don't
map.
understand, like, just scrimming to lock far at every map. I don't get it.
Yours is on.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Are we
On-
gonna look at third point?
Yeah, we're gonna look at third point. On second point, any other questions? Or second point ending. That's what I wanted to look at. It's a bit better than having to look at second point.
Actually, I have a question. So we got kind of lucky on our last fight because they were just like kind of staggered and we were already push it up far. But if we get to the point where we're playing that like last corner before, if they're just playing high ground, what do we do? Do we like hug under or what do we like?
Wait, where?
Like there, yeah. So if they're like playing up here on a bunch of different angles and we have to push guard and they're not super far back, like what do we do there? Do we just leave Jacob? But I feel like if we just leave Jacob, he dies.
I feel like Kermie would know. Kermie, what do you think?
Wait, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
They're playing up here and we're in main.
We take high ground.
Cool.
That's not what I meant.
I mean,
Derek,
we could
look
also
at
find
this
a neighbor.
situation. This is what I'm asking. Sorry, this isn't like just in general. This is in this situation. We have 40 seconds. We start pushing to the like right here. Okay. If it starts getting to like overtime by the time it's here, what are we doing if they're on high ground?
Mabel. Mabel,
You
We don't
could just
have a
play
map.
under them.
Alright, so in general, the theory behind DPS is one DPS is making space and converting like space into kills, and the other DPS is dealing damage and is with the core. That's usually like most comps right now. So who's dealing damage and who's making space in this comp?
OG is doing damage and Levi's making space.
Yeah, so how do we use Levi to take the space on height?
Magnetic field. I think it's what it's called. No, that's
I don't even
that's
care
the
what it's
wrong
called.
ability. Sojourn electric circle.
It's an electric
Just
circle.
do deny the high ground with my E ability this fight.
What else?
Go up there with Lucio.
You're
Yeah,
coming up with your ult as well.
yeah.
Pay for your ult.
You can have, yeah, you can have your BAP up here with your Soj. You can have your BAP over here with your Soj, even though they're on spam comp, so I'd recommend this one. But start your Soj and your Lucio over here at least, and then your BAP somewhere LOS, like here you can. It's fucked, but I'd rather have over here or just like focusing you in main. But we, especially on comps like Genji Lucio, you need your Lucio pocketing and making space and denying high grounds. So if we can't flush them out by rotating through Winery and get them out that way, then it has to be the flex DPS and main support.
Disruptor shot. That's what's called.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
10 years later.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt.
With this comp, let's do a fight plan. So we'll do Himika. How do you want to use your Bastion? Violet Fan, how do you want to use your window? And so the default, again, we pick a target and rush, and they're trying to take angles. So what's up?
Like in this scenario right here.
Yeah.
Could you go on to where? Actually, no, because I wouldn't.
You weren't playing.
I know. I meant like from this view. I don't know where BAP is because obviously my first would be to force out lamp if they had it used
In
it
this
yet.
comp. In this comp. They have Ana.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see now. Yeah. In this comp, I would probably just want to see if I can pressure out the Ana. Ana's a lot easier to kill with Bastion's ult, so I can kind of
Okay,
use more on it.
that's fine. How do you
But I
want
would
to use
want to
it?
ult like I want to back up first, like where OJ is. I would want to back up.
Okay. Yeah, Violet fan, how do you want to use window?
I don't know. Shouldn't I just use it where Jacob is, and then I can shoot through it as they're trying to walk up, and I can heal Jacob so he can play up?
Okay, who's your target?
Uh, who's ever is standing there. I mean, you can't really like. Well,
Whoever's
is
in
it
front.
like if their whole team is right there, or not like how it is now?
That's true, but it'll be one person being your target. Who's your target?
I'm asking in the, like how it is right now, or like
Yeah, just like how it is right now.
the Doomfist.
Yes. You're like
Oh, not
No
anymore.
longer the Doomfist.
Not anymore.
still the Doomfist. Oh wait, yeah, the Far first, because you have to mark the enemies. I don't know what the fuck that Far is doing. You have to mark whoever peeks out first, and then the Doomfist. But yeah, and then it should just be everyone shooting the Doom. I don't know where the
think
fuck that
they-
Bastion went.
I think they're mostly nano on the far off.
Wait, we use a Bastion.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
he didn't Bastion ult the Doom.
Bastion ulted the Ana. She's like 1 HP.
Oh no, they meant it. Should have done on the far off.
Do they mean to nano the Far?
Yeah, no, I know. From this year, they definitely not Bob. They should have nanoed her.
Yeah.
For show.
They also had Nano OC, so if they just sent this bitch high ground with Nano in a Mercy pocket, that was like Jover for us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, with the window Bastion.
If we have window Bastion, like, they shouldn't be able to do anything.
It'd be close, I think.
Yeah.
I think Nano OC would be their best bet.
You also have a Doom sitting on top of you.
and
so-
potentially.
Well, he wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah. Well, I guess with the Nano, he might be able to do something. Like if they nanoed a DPS and stuff.
No, Nano OC with the Doom going in. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
You won't be able to like actually turret form. You have the
Yeah.
Doom like
In your
doing
big
Doom
cheeks.
things. Not killing, but just Doom things.
Bless you.
Oh fuck.
Jesus
Bigger
Christ.
bless you.
This one.
Okay. Levi, how do you want to use your OC here? And then we'll go, I guess, here, Bob, since you were playing. How did you want to use your beat here?
I think
Let's go before the fight.
depending
picks up.
on, like, if we ult tracked correctly and we knew exactly what they had, then I think I would try to not use my overclock and hold it as long as I could and just rely on window Bastion ult.
Okay. I think you can use your OC to shoot the Doom.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we want to secure this fight. It would be greedy to hold it, which greed is good, but I'd rather us just kill the Doomfist.
Especially in an overtime situation.
Yeah. You can also deny the Far with it, but it's mostly just shooting the Doom. And then you can also use the window for the off angle, just as an idea. So you can go up here with your Lucio if possible. Otherwise, they window main. He's gonna hide on cart. And you get an angle on him up here.
Alright.
And then Hero Bob for your beat. What are you looking for?
Probably either beat their overclock or maybe beat their nano. But probably their overclock.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's simple. Simple does it though. Third point, one thing I want to mention, because I want to go to class soon. But just swap off this May Bastion. You can keep the Bastion. You can go Ashe, you can go Widow, you can go Symmetra if you really wanted. Just anything, like either pressure the tank or pressure the high grounds. The rest of the comp is fine, just May is like kind of dog shit. You could swap off of Bastion, and you could swap off of Lucio if wanted. And the Rhine, to be honest, because it's kind of ass if they pick Orisa and they have a Widow and Hanzo. Then you're kind of just sore out of luck. Like if they have Ana Brig and let's say they choose, Ana Brig or Bap Brig, Orisa, Widow, Hanzo, or Soj. Or Genji, even. It's just fucking terrible on this point. So,
Like Sig, or I don't know what else besides Sig.
yeah. Sig isn't as bad, because you can kind of just walk on him with wall.
Doom.
Doom isn't that bad either.
Is Diva just like dog shit right now?
Yeah, Diva's just dog shit right now.
Did they nerf her?
No, she just does
Was it like
nothing.
her armor? Oh,
There's just so many better choices.
gotcha.
Yeah, because it's the also small lecture, but Overwatch 2 is insanely slow compared to Overwatch 1. So the defense matrix means like nothing, because it's like you'll have it for like 6 seconds, so what? The fight is lasting like a minute and a half. You'll get uptime of like 1 to 5 seconds, or a ratio of 1 to 5, so you'll have it for like what, 15 seconds in the minute and a half. Cool. You get 15 seconds of uptime on Diva.
Gotcha.
Compared to like an Orisa who's just shooting and standing still, or Sig. And that's why also Ryan is pretty bad.
What's the best tank for verticality? Or is it just still Orisa and Sig?
It could be Diva, but like you'll see like Sig being played on Numbani.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because I just
Monkey
feel
is
like
fine.
Diva could be like a demon on these high grounds. It's like the only reason.
Yeah. I think the angles really matter more than the verticality.
Okay.
Because like the verticality here, but the angles are dog shit. Versus on Gibraltar, it would be fine because the angles are really strong on Gibraltar. Or like Numbani, because the angles are very strong on Numbani. But even then, you can just have a comp that stays up there because healers can, yeah, literally healers, not even supports, can just keep everyone on height. Even against a rush comp. So
You mean the new off tanks? AKA
yeah,